And what's so remarkable is Meghan McCain, look, she would have come along if Cindy McCain and John McCain got together regardless of their circumstances. I mean, if John McCain had, gotten divorced and then, met his now wife Cindy months later and they got married, Meghan McCain still would have come around. So this whole argument that somehow her father's infidelities has anything to do with her existing is just ridiculous. The other point, Daniel, is that, I mean, if people want to criticize Meghan McCain and all of this, and they want to criticize her, what she's saying about Mark Sanford, well, maybe they should point out, and they want to use her father, why don't they point out that while her father's PAC, Political Action Committee, gave money to Mark Sanford's reelection? That's fair game. Say, hey, have a talk with your dad about giving money to this guy's campaign.
Yeah, David, I mean, I think that look, I'm going to defend Meghan McCain here because I think that the issue here isn't Mark Sanford per se. And again, she in the past said forgive Mark Sanford back in 2009. So that's something of a revelation right there in its own right. But the issue isn't that she's being unforgiving to Mark Sanford, though we did sense a little bit of that. It's that she's interested in pointing out the hypocrisy. If you support one, you should support the other. If you support a Mark Sanford, if you're willing to look the other way at his marital indiscretions, then you should also be willing to accept gay people who just have a different way of expressing their love. Yeah, and I think that point remains regardless of what her father does.
Yeah, and that's absolutely right. And I think she's totally valid. And you and I are in agreement on this, that look, folks, if you want to take issue with Meghan McCain, argue over gay rights and whether or not Mark Sanford still has any standing to oppose gay marriage or gay rights in his position in Congress, and whether there's hypocrisy in that. But to attack her personally is just outrageous and ridiculous. By the way, we have a great show coming up. Charlie Mitchell's going to join us in a couple of minutes and talk about some of the latest stuff that's going on in Congress, including an internet tax that the Senate passed this past week. We'll take you through and explain what that's all about. And speaking of John McCain, he introduced legislation this week that would fundamentally change the cable business in terms of how much you pay for your cable fees and what channels you get, and whether you can, instead of having to buy bundles of channels for over $100, whether you can buy just a few. Fascinating legislation there that could change the entire cable industry and also, of course, save you a lot of money. The industry hates it, though. We'll explain why. Of course, Daniel Marins has got a great second hour coming up, and Alan Rosenblatt, Dr. Digipole on Twitter, will get us up to date on how we're doing with Taking a Baucus, our campaign that likens Senator Max Baucus and what he did with blocking gun control and background checks with pooping. Taking a Baucus. But we're going to pause in 30 seconds and let our syndicated stations catch up with us. Remember, you can always catch our podcasts on iTunes or Stitcher. And, of course, be sure to sign up for our YouTube channel, Take Action News TV on YouTube, so you can get all the videos of this program and others delivered straight to your inbox at your convenience. But we pause in just 10 seconds to let our syndicated stations catch up with us. You are listening. And you're watching the Take Action News on We Act Radio.